Hello everyone, we are here on the top of the mountain at Cove, or Hodges Creek as we call it, and we are looking over the beautiful view of the beautiful British Virgin Islands that we love to look at. As you know, we had, after the hurricanes, several damages. One of the damages we had were to our reservoirs, and there was a 300,000 gallon reservoir here sitting on the top of Cove, and we have been fortunate to receive a donation and help from Her Majesty's government through DFID to replace this reservoir here entirely, but replace it with a bigger tank, 500,000 gallon tank, as well as several others throughout the territory that we have already done some repairs to, and we're replacing two others through the kind compliments of Her Majesty's government. So we're here with our governor, Governor Jasper, who is here to make sure we present these and get them ready for the upcoming season or in the middle of the season. We are fortunate that here in Cove for the provision of water to the eastern end of the island. Although this tank has been demolished by the weather, the Sabbath Hill tank was able to send pressure down to the eastern end of the island over the last 9 months or so that they have had water continuously. But we are now getting ready to send some of that pressure from Sabbath Hill over to the western end of the island, Seacoast Bay and other areas over there. So we want to get this tank up and running in a few months so that we can do that. In the meantime, we're going to send water to the eastern end directly from the plant down in Hodges Creek up to this point, and then directly send it back down to the eastern area and down local area so that they can have water. So that's a snapshot of what we're trying to do here today. We want to thank the governor for his intervention to make sure we get this kind of help and ask him for a few words.
Thank you very much, Minister, and thank you, Permanent Secretary, for all you've been doing. As the Minister said, today is actually two great examples. One, an example of how the territory is not just recovering but is also developing. So getting back better, more resilient. Here, a stronger reservoir that's carrying more capacity, but also being able to give more confidence to people of these Virgin Islands about the water supply, the resilience if we, God forbid, are faced with any other storms in future, but also about developing the systems and critical services for the future. It's also a great example of the partnership between the United Kingdom and the British Virgin Islands. Money here, about $1.5 million from the United Kingdom, along with British Virgin Islands government money, has helped to build reservoirs here, but also then critically, as the Minister was saying, improve the distribution networks across the territory. So the UK is supporting 7 reservoirs, including also in Jost van Dyke and in Virgin Gorda, but that's part of an overall plan about making the territory more resilient, building back stronger, giving the people of the Virgin Islands more confidence in critical services. Today is just an example of that with the water provision. So just thank you, Minister, for all you've done for the close partnership on this, but also in particular thank you to the Ministry, all of those in the Ministry of Communication and Works who are working hard and diligently on these projects across the territory. Thank you very much.
So I want to echo that from the governor. Thanks to the water and sewage crew. They're out there still working right now, trying to make sure that we have the base ready for the new reservoir to be put up here very soon, and to the Ministry of Permanent Secretary, his team, the Director of Water and Sewage, Ms. Pauline Scott-Leonard, and the rest of the team, as well as the good folks from the Governor's Group and those who've been here since the storm. Forgive me if I didn't mention Tom's name, but he's here hiding. But we want to thank him for all his advice, his guidance in what we have been doing. He's worked closely with my Permanent Secretary, Mr. McMaster, for accomplishing this. Mr. McMaster, you may want to tell us which reservoirs we are working on, those that we're replacing and those that we are repairing. I know we have done quite a bit of work already, so let us know.
Okay, obviously, we are replacing this one here at Hodges Creek. And as the Minister said, it's going from 300,000 gallons up to 500,000 gallons. We're also going to be replacing the one on Jost van Dyke. That is also going to be a bit bigger than it was before, and it would provide more water security on Jost van Dyke. And we're also going to be replacing one at Virgin Gorda at the Parrot Hill location. So that also would give us more water in the North Sound area in particular, where there has been quite a shortage of water over the years. As you all may have heard in the past, the government did sign new contracts with the water producers that would actually give us a greater supply of water in most of the same areas that we are speaking about here. So it was necessary that we also increase the holding capacity that would allow us to then be able to distribute water more, not on a ration basis, but no more on a 24/7 hour basis. So basically that's it in terms of where we get a new build. And then we have some renovation works going on at Sabbath Hill. That has been completed. Cove, Hannah Hill Reservoir, that has also been completed. And then we're going to be doing some renovation works at Zion Hill Reservoir as well, and Balsam Gut. And Balsam Gut also has been completed. So we're going to be bringing all of those systems back on stream. And then after that, we're going to be working. We have already established new contracts. Cabinet has approved the funding, and we already started the works on the system that would give us more water supply at the, what we would call the South Central Cove Bay district area, and also going over to King Garden Bay and Bruce Bay. And those works have already begun, and we're hoping that by Christmas we would have a double supply of water capacity going to those areas. Minister?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. McMaster. Especially for that last part there. I know we have not done well enough to get water down to the Cove Bay, Dust Bottom area, and King Garden Bay and Bruce Bay, especially as long as some areas in West End. So we are urgently, having had some money approved last week by Cabinet, we're urgently trying to get systems in place to get water over the Cove Bay and Dove's Bottom, and also to King Garden Bay and Bruce Bay. And another team is fervently working on that. Contracts have been signed for several parts of it, and we hope that we can deliver water in a better way to Cove Bay and those areas. Even before that, we have begun to see some pressure, better pressure going that way, and we hope we can continue that. And in the next couple of months, we really hoping that we can get a more consistent flow of water to that area. So we want to thank the good citizens in that area for being patient. I know it's been extremely difficult. We've heard from you. We've heard from your representative of the 3rd District especially, and the 2nd, and we want to make sure that we try to respond to the needs of you in that community as quickly as possible. Thank you very much.